Good morning, Dawgpound South campers. This is the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. I'm your host, Steve Gill. Well, not going to pretend that Todd Moken's already decided who the starter quarterback is for the Cleveland Browns, which he hasn't. Of course, a lot of attention will happen the next time they have rookie camp, which is May 8th through 11th. This weekend. The Browns usually do it over Mother's Day weekend. I have no earthly idea why, but that's usually when they do it. So, not really much to talk about unless you want to get into a debate on who the starting quarterback is. I will say this is a hill I will die on gladly. Deshaun Watson is not going to play. I'm sorry. Of course he looks good throwing against air in T-shirts. He's a 10-year pro. He's a 10-year pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. He better look good. If he doesn't, then they got a bigger problem. And, Todd Moken is going to see what he has. This is his quarter. As it stands now, this is his quarterback room. And if he's going to keep his job and fix this offense, which is why he was hired, he's got to see what he has. So I'm not putting any stock in Deshaun Watson being the starter or the number 2. I'm not. Still not. I've said this from when he hurt his Achilles a couple of years ago. It's not going to happen. So what else has happened with the Browns? Well, you learned the phrase proven performance escalator this week. This is something that has to do with contracts. If players reach performance guidelines in their contract, then they get extra money. The Browns had an adjustment in their favor of over $17 million a couple of months ago. Those were bonuses that were not earned by players. So what they've done is, and they've got 3 players, Dawand Jones, Cedric Tillman, and Isaiah McGuire, who have these proven performance escalators. And they reached a deal with Dawand Jones. They basically took the potential performance escalators, which was like 3.2, 3.3 million, and they turned it into upfront cash. So they gave him his money, even though he hadn't hit the escalators. Makes him easy to trade or release without any salary cap hits. These are the 3 players who are more than likely going to be released or traded. Tillman, they drafted 2 excellent wide receivers. He's always hurt, so yeah, he could be traded. Isaiah McGuire started out with a bang last year and then faded. And that made Alex Wright a hell of a lot more valuable. That's why he got his contract extension. And apparently they believe Spencer Fano's brother is going to step in and be your defensive end number 4 just for the guaranteed money they gave him. I think it was like $314,000. I mean, I wrote it down because I found it hard to believe. Yeah, $310 guaranteed. $35,000 signing bonus, and then a $275 guaranteed base salary. That's $310 guaranteed. Now your undrafted rookie free agents, they always sign 3-year deals. More than likely, they're not going to see this money. This is a salary that it doesn't count against the cap. So they believe enough in him to give him about $310,000 in guaranteed money. They also, the Michael Coates, the corner I really, really like, they gave him $100,000 in guaranteed money. So those 2 guys are more than likely, barring injury, are more than likely going to make the roster. So why would Dawand Jones do this? He gets his money up front. If he's released, he doesn't have to worry about money later. I can see Isaiah McGuire also agreeing to this type deal. I can't see Cedric Tillman doing it. I have a feeling, and this is just me personally, I have a feeling that if things don't work out, he's going to ask to be traded or released, and he's going to keep these proven performance escalators. So we'll see, but I have a feeling he might be a problem child. Like I said, May 8th through 11th, next weekend, rookie training camp. Everybody's going to be be very in touch with that. So let's take a quick break. Yes, ESPN Cleveland will roll out their quarterback tracker, which makes no sense whatsoever because they're not throwing against any real defense. It's just against air. So probably the other news and notes, David Njoku has visited the Dolphins and visited the Chargers. Makes sense. Dolphins make sense. He went to the University of Miami. Looks like he's looking for warmer weather. Again, don't blame him. If he signs on with him, more power to him. Last couple of years as a Brown, he really didn't do much. Too many injuries. He's getting to that point in his career. He looks good, but man, he gets injured too much. Also, the Browns signed another consultant, Trent Baalke. I got no problem with them signing consultants. Jimmy Haslam likes to write checks to consultants. Fine. Doesn't count against the cap. Who cares? More eyes, the better. Obviously, they helped out during the draft. The GM consultants they've had 2 excellent drafts. So I'm not worried about that. More the merrier. Next up for the NFL to dominate the sports headlines is the NFL schedule. I follow a few on Twitter who do a pretty good job of predicting, and it should be right around the corner. It would not surprise me that it's the second week or third week in May. It should be coming up here pretty soon. This week and next week will be dominated by videos from NFL teams for their rookie mini camps. The NFL invests heavily in the draft, and they want to make sure you see your team's favorite draft picks. It's all about the dollar. I mean, come on. They love it. They love the social media access. They love the advertising. I used to be a Wendy's manager a long time ago, and I had a GM tell me that litter was free advertising. Had a point. So that's basically what the NFL does until you start rolling out the preseason games, Hall of Fame game. What you'll get is a constant drip of them in the news. So the next big thing is the schedule. I don't see there was a rumor the Browns were going to play in Paris, and New Orleans is on their schedule, and they are playing in Paris. The Saints, they have been already announced as the host team for the Paris game. So the Browns may be going overseas again. The NFL is going to try its hardest to get as many overseas games as possible, so they can spread the NFL throughout the world. And it's very popular. Not as popular as soccer, but it's very popular, becoming more popular. All right, well, that's it for this morning. Nothing else really to talk about. No big injuries. Everybody seems to be happy. The local media is going to try to convince you that Deshaun Watson is your starter. Too early. It's 1st of May. Like somebody told it to me when it was announced last week. It's the end of April. He's getting paid a gazillion dollars. And he's a 10-year vet. Of course he's going to go first. I just hope we don't have this ridiculousness of first-team reps. I have a feeling Todd Moken's going to cover this a little bit better than Kevin Stefanski did. he seems like a guy that's not going to take a lot of crap from reporters, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that. Bring it on. You know, if a reporter asks you a dumb question, make sure they know it was a dumb question. Maybe, just maybe, they won't ask another dumb question. I don't have much hope for that happening. So this has been the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network, brought to you by Heritage Coffee. Shake the hands, Hemisphere Coffee. Sorry, shake the hands of the farmer. Again, want to thank you for watching, listening, following, subscribing to us here at the Fanatical Elves Network. We're just Browns fans, just like you. We care about this team, and we want to see this team win. That's all I want to see. So, oh, and by the way, they're still not going to be trading Myles Garrett. Get that out of your head. So, everybody, have a great day. Hopefully, the Cavs will close this out tonight. Thank God it's a night game and not a Sunday afternoon game. We all know what happens when they play Sunday afternoon. So, hopefully, the Cavs will will blow the doors off the Raptors. I'd love to see that. Let's just get any doubt out of fans' mind. But knowing them, it'll probably be a close game. So everybody, have a great day. And as always, go Browns.